Good day and thanks for joining us on the Midday News. I am Abimbola Adegboyega. The exposure of civil servants to modern tools and digital platforms have been described as veritable tools to position the state public service for efficient and tech-driven service delivery. This was the position of stakeholders at the two-day capacity building workshop for officers in the cooperative, trade and commercial cadres organized by the State Ministry of Capacity Development and Training held in Ado-Ekiti. BSS reporter Olushola Thomas completes the story.
The Commissioner for Capacity Development and Training, Professor Patrick Tedela, who declared the program open, said that the training was important for participants due to their engagement with key drivers of grassroots development through the ministry.
I am confident that this program will be transformative and equip attendees with practical skills for improved service delivery. I urge you all to seize this opportunity and justify government investment through increased productivity and professional excellence.
Earlier in their remarks, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Capacity Development, Mr. Olawale Olaleye, and the Acting Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Trade and Investment, Mr. Dayo Falua, charged participants to avail themselves the opportunity to be equipped with skills for improvements in their duties.
You are therefore encouraged to see this training program as an opportunity for you to increase your knowledge and skills.
Please, I'm appealing and I'm enjoying you to seize this really opportunity for your own benefit, to enhance your input as far as civil servants are concerned, most especially in you have professionals, but I'm fine. So let us see what are the outputs as far as the mantra of sheer prosperity in the state is concerned.
Facilitators, among whom were the Permanent Secretary, Civil Service Commission, Mrs. Bukola Ogunlade, and a retired civil servant, Mr. William Alabi, said that participants' knowledge of ethics of public service and knowledge of modern technology will improve their performance in the line of their duties.
The quality of governance depends to a large extent on the quality of the civil service we have, and that is why we need to have civil servants that are disciplined and of course know what to do and what is expected of them in the discharge of their duties towards achieving the goals of government.
So we should not remain the same and handle cooperative matters the way they were handling it when we were in the primary school. Otherwise, those people will feel that we don't know what we are.
Participants on their part express readiness to utilize the knowledge gained in their place of work. The theme for the training was performance enhancement in cooperative trade and investment administration and management in the era of digitization. Olushola Thomas reporting.
Councillors of Ekiti West local government has joined groups calling for the continuation of Governor Biodun Oyebanji in office till 2030. They made the call during the parliamentary sitting of the councillors presided over by the leader, Mr. Segun Ogunlano. BSS reporter Bukola Adebukola has the details.
The legislative arm, which encompassed Ekameta and Okemesi Idoile local council development areas, noted that the governor is their son, hence the need to pioneer the council legislators' endorsement. The leader, Mr. Ogunlano, said Governor Oyebanji has demonstrated a clear vision and commitment to the progress and prosperity of the state through good governance.
Change the face of governance in the state to all producers, one of which has a pattern in all the laws and values of the cities.
The motion for Governor Oyebanji endorsement was moved by Mr. Olusegun Ajayi of Erijiyan Ward 4, while Councillor representing Okemesi Idoile Ward 8, Mr. Olanipekun Adegoke, seconded the motion.
The motion of endorsement of Governor Oyebanji will continue to 2030.
Other lawmakers noted that the good work of the governor necessitated the endorsement.
The governor has been doing well in all the corners of the state, and we deem it fit to endorse the governor for the second and continue to 2030. That's why we did 2030.
Today to endorse the governor Oyebanji Abayomi for the second time. That's why we are here. All the West local government and other dignitaries we are here to endorse the governor for the second time.
Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ yìí gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣe ó jọ wá lójú lórí pàápàá jùlọ lórí obìnrin ìyàwó ẹ̀ náà lórí obìnrin a rò pé ó jọ wá gbàdé lórí pé ó gbọ́dọ̀ lọ fún second time.
There were goodwill messages from the chairman of Ekiti West, Mr. Moses Omojola, Okemesi Idoile, SCDA, Mr. Sunday Ajibade, and Ekameta SCDA, Dr. Leye Adeniji.
Our able governor is a son of the soil. This is a big government. So there is no person in Ekiti West that should not support him because he's our son.
Bars done wonderfully well in Ekiti, and everybody is even endorsed. So this is not the first time, and it's not new. It's as a result of what Bar has done in Ekiti State. And to we, the chairman, we welcome it. And as you can see, our people, they are very excited as a result of this. So we appreciate them too. And
they resolved to mobilize more support for its continuity. Bukola Adebukola reporting.
The Nigerian Bar Association Ikere-Ekiti branch has commenced the 2025 Law Week with a presentation of a lecture calling on all stakeholders to rebuild public confidence in the conflict resolution mechanism and the judicial sector. The lecture took place at the Chief Wole Olanipekun Bar Center at Ikere-Ekiti. Abayomi Peke report that the opening ceremony also featured a news conference. His report.
The lecture, which was in honor of the grand patron of the MBA Ikere-Ekiti branch, Chief Wole Olanipekun, was entitled Rebuilding Public Confidence in the Conflict Resolution Mechanism and the Judicial Sector, Roles of Stakeholders in Upholding Best Practices. The lecture was delivered by Mr. Dayo Akinlaja SAN, represented by the Director of Public Prosecution in the Ekiti State Ministry of Justice, Prince Julius Ajibari. Mr. Akinlaja, who identified various challenges in the Nigerian justice sector and their impact on public confidence, said inadequate access to justice, infrastructural decay, abuse of power of law enforcement agencies, and unethical legal practices foster mistrust and disaffection in the system. The guest lecturer challenged all stakeholders, including judicial officers, lawyers, law enforcement agents, citizens, and civil society organizations to adopt a collaborative approach that will uphold best practices and promote reform.
It is essential that we prioritize the needs of our citizens, particularly the most vulnerable members of the society. In doing so, we ensure that justice system serves as a beacon of hope and protection rather than a source of frustration and despair.
In his remarks, the Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Biodo Yebanji, who was represented by the Special Advisor on Legal Matters, Mr. Nijidu, commended the MBA Ikere-Ekiti branch for promoting rule of law through its activities.
The role of ensuring the society is governed by rule of law is very crucial to the actualization of the constitutional objectives of an egalitarian society. We need to work together to ensure that our people flourish and our state prosper in a peaceful and orderly society.
In a goodwill message, the Ekiti State Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General, Mr. Dayo Apata, SAN, represented by the Solicitor General and Permanent Secretary, Minister of Justice in Ekiti State, Mr. Sunday Bamishi, said Ekiti State is committed to law reforms and access to justice, adding that all stakeholders have roles to play in improving the justice system.
We need to further strengthen the faith Nigerians have in our legal institutions.
The chairman, MBA Ikere-Ekiti branch, Mr. Timitope Kolawole, noted that the branch carefully chose the theme of the celebration to enlighten participants on what to do to regain the trust and confidence of the society in conflict resolution mechanism.
And we are in this week calling on all stakeholders to join us in this profitable discussion to review the collapsing public confidence in our conflict resolution mechanism.
Attendance at the lecture cut across legal practitioners, representatives of the law enforcement agencies, representatives of traditional rulers, community leaders, and other stakeholders in the justice system. Abayomi Peke reporting.
Several persons have been hospitalized after a building collapsed overnight along Adeniji Adele Road at Isaleko on Lagos Island. The incident drew an emergency response from operatives of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, the Nigerian Police, and all the relevant rescue agencies. Last mile personnel, other emergency responders, and men of Nigerian Police Force are all on ground. Reports say traffic flow is currently not affected. Personnel are firmly at the location from traffic monitoring. Victims rescued from the building have been taken to the hospital for treatment, according to LASMA. The Federal Civil Service Commissioner said that the real problem with civil service lies in the skill mismatch, underutilization, and not overstaffing. The chairman of the Federal Civil Service Commission, Professor Tuji Olaopa, disclosed this in Abuja at the Commission's first ever strategic plan unveiling during a 3-day retreat held from June 30 to July 2, 2025. Olaopa said Nigeria has a pool of workers, majority of whose skills are no longer required and are therefore redundant. The Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission says its gas-centric transition strategy aims to eliminate routine flaring by 2030 and reduce methane by 60% by 2031. The Commission's Chief Executive, Benga Komolafe, gave information at the ongoing 24th Nigeria Oil and Gas Energy Week Conference 2025. In his keynote address at a strategic section titled Positioning Nigerian Upstream Oil and Gas for Energy Security, Sustainability and Economic Resilience, Komolafe said the strategy would monetize vast gas reserves, creating thousands of green jobs in the process. People of Etswang local government area of Cross River State have protested the plan by the government to privatize a cocoa estate in their community. Among the protesters were aged cocoa farmers as well as youth involved in the cocoa value chains. Some of the placard bore different description, including "Our cocoa estate is not for sale. We say no to privatization of our cocoa estate. Don't deprive us of our right. We won't accept privatization of our estate," among other messages. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, has successfully concluded the return of Nigerian pilgrims from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for this year's Hajj operation. The final flight departed Jeddah yesterday with 89 pilgrims and arrived in Kaduna hours later. The return flight spanned 20 days, having started on June 13. The director of Gaza Indonesia Hospital has been killed in an Israeli attack. The Hamas-run health ministry said that Marwan Sultan had a long career in medicine and condemned the heinous crime against medical cadres. The Israeli military said it has struck a key terrorist from Hamas in the Gaza City area. Meanwhile, at least 5 people were killed and others injured, including children, in a strike on the Al-Mawasi safe zone. The health ministry said Dr. Sultan's career was one of the compassion, during which he was a symbol of dedication, steadfastness, and sincerity. The Israeli military has said it was fighting terrorist infrastructure site in the area. There are now no functioning hospitals in the North Gaza, according to the UN. The health ministry accused the Israeli military of targeting medical and humanitarian teams. The IDF said Hamas systematically violates international law while using civilian infrastructure for terrorist activity and the civilian population as human shield. And out to sport, Liverpool and Portugal forward Diogo Jota has died at the age of 28 following a tragic road accident in Spain. The fatal crash occurred on the A52 motorway at kilometer 65 near the municipality of Palacio de Sanabria in the province of Zamora. Jota, born in 1996, was a key figure for both Liverpool FC and the Portuguese national team. The news of his sudden passing has sent shock waves through the footballing world and beyond. And that's it on the Midday News. Thanks for watching.
Ẹ̀kásán ẹ́sìkábọ̀ sórí ìròyìn Ọ̀jọ̀kànrí Ìyábọ̀ Ọlájídé ní orúkọ tèmi. Ṣíṣí ojú àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba sí àwọn àṣà ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ tó ń jẹ jáde ni wọ́n ti ṣàpèjúwe bí ìgbésẹ̀ tí ó ṣe pàtàkì sí àtúntò àjọ òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yìí fún ìṣiṣẹ́ tí ó dángájá àti ìlọsíwájú. Èyí ni ìwòye àwọn ẹni ọ̀rọ̀ kàn níbi ètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lọ́jọ́ méjì tí wọ́n ṣe fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ alájẹṣẹ́kù iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba àti àwọn ìṣòwò, èyí tí iléeṣẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè àti ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ṣètò rẹ̀ nílùú Àdó Èkìtì. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Olúṣọlá Thomas wà níbẹ̀ tí ká gbọ́ àbò rẹ̀.
iléeṣẹ́ ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nípínlẹ̀ yìí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Patrick Tedela tó ṣíde ètò náà sọ pé wọ́n gbé ètò náà kalẹ̀ nítorí ipa ribiribi tí àwọn olùkópa ń kó nínú ìdàgbàsókè ọrọ̀ ajé ìpínlẹ̀ yìí nípa ìbáṣepọ̀ wọn pẹ̀lú àwọn ará ìlú àti àwọn oníṣòwò. Ṣáájú nínú ọ̀rọ̀ ìkíni káàbọ̀ wọn, àwọn
ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Èkìtì West darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn tí ó ń pe gómìnà Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí láti díje sípò kejì ní títí di ọdún 2030. Ìpinnu náà wáyé lákòókò ètò ìjókòó kan tí olórí ilé ìgbìmọ̀ náà ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ṣẹ́gun Ògúnlànà ṣe àkóso rẹ̀ ní gbọ̀ngàn ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ọ̀hún. Oníròyìn wa Bùkọ́lá Adébùkọ́lá jábọ̀ pé ibi ètò náà ni àwọn alága ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ láti agbègbè ọ̀hún sì péjú pésẹ̀ yìí ká gbọ́ lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Bùkọ́lá Adébùkọ́lá mábọ̀wá yìí ká gbọ́ ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ rẹ̀. Agbẹjọ́rò nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ẹ̀ka ìlú Ìkẹrẹ́ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò ọ̀sẹ̀ òfin ọdún 2025 ètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí ó pe gbogbo àwọn tí ó ní ṣe láti ṣe àtúnṣe ìgbẹ́kẹ̀lé àwọn ènìyàn nínú ètò ìlànà yíyanjú rògbòdìyàn àti ẹ̀ka ètò ìdájọ́. Ètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà ló wáyé ní oríkò Wọlé Ọlánìpẹ̀kun nílùú Ìkẹrẹ́ Èkìtì. Akọ̀wé wa Àbáyọ̀mí Pẹ́kẹ́ jábọ̀ pé ayẹyẹ ìṣíde ètò ọ̀hún ní ìpàdé àwọn akọ̀ròyìn ti wáyé tó sọ wípé ètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà ni wọ́n gbé kalẹ̀ ní ìbọ̀lá fún bàbá ìsàlẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ NB ẹ̀ka tìlú Ìkẹrẹ́ Èkìtì olóyè Wọlé Ọlánìpẹ̀kun èyí tó pè ní ṣíṣe àtúnṣe ìgbẹ́kẹ̀lé ará ìlú nínú yíyanjú ìlànà rògbòdìyàn àti ẹ̀ka ìdájọ́ ojúṣe àwọn ẹni ọ̀rọ̀ kan ní ṣíṣe àgbérò ìlànà tó dára. Ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọ̀hún òní ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dayọ̀ Akínlájà SCN gbé kalẹ̀ ẹni tí adarí kan lẹ́ka ètò ìgbẹ́jọ́ ará ìlú nílé iṣẹ́ fẹ́tò ìdájọ́ nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ọmọọba Julius Àjíbádé ṣojú fún. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Akínlájà ẹni tí ó sọ wípé onírúurú ìpèníjà ni ó kojú ẹ̀ka ètò ìdájọ́ àti àwọn ipa tó ní nínú ìgbẹ́kẹ̀lé sí àwọn ará ìlú nínú rẹ̀. Ó sọ wípé àìráyè sí ètò ìdájọ́ òdodo ètò ohun amáyédẹrùn tí ó ti di akúrẹ̀tẹ̀ àṣìlò agbára látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn agbófinró àti bíṣe ètò ìdájọ́ lọ́nà tí ò bófin mu ni ó fa àìnígbẹ́kẹ̀lé ọ̀hún nínú ètò ìdájọ́ náà. Àlejò níbi ètò ọ̀hún pé gbogbo àwọn ẹni ọ̀rọ̀ kàn ní ìjà tó fi mọ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ẹ̀ka ètò ìdájọ́ àwọn agbẹjọ́rò àwọn àjọ aṣọ agbófinró àwọn ará ìlú àjọ àwọn àwùjọ láti faramọ́ ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ láti ṣe àgbérò ìlànà tí ó dára àti ṣe ìgbélárugẹ àtúntò